Hi, long time no see. I hope you're well. And it's been over a year now since my first and probably my last video. I wasn't consistent at all, and the idea was out there, was really great, but at the time for execution, a lot of things happened. I don't know if I mentioned in my previous video that I'm actually a mom and I have two children. One of them is only 4 years old. So life is quite busy for me in this side. And also I'm a creative. I've been starting my art journey again because I go in cycles. I'm creating some paintings for my living room, kind of like infused a bit with some feng shui elements. And here's a little tiger that I made. You might not be able to see it, but it's going to look awesome. So when it's finished, I will show you. So, oh, also, just this is a small side note. You might hear a clink, 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 and it's very lovely decorations I put in my hair. And I didn't notice until I start recording. So you're going to be hearing clink, clink. Please bear with me. I mean, it looks very nice. I don't want to take them off. Trust me, it's more annoying to me than it's going to be to you. Put it like ASMR, like, you know, those noises that people like to hear that it soothes them. So use it as an ASMR background music or whatever. So anyway, what I wanted to say in this video, and this is not scripted at all, so you might see me at moments like if I'm trying to come up with words, because I'm kind of like saying things as I go. It's not perfect, but this is me. This is the real me, and I don't want to sound like a robot either. But I'm thinking of shifting into more like conversations videos. Let's say, like if you and I were met in a coffee shop, and we're talking about certain subjects that you might be wondering, and you want another point of view. How I came up with this idea is because I have people that kept telling me throughout the years that I was very good describing subjects that were kind of like abstract. And when it comes to emotions or energy, it can be a bit hard to put it into words, to find a bridge to a logical point of view, or at least understandable, that is not too woo-woo, too abstract, right? Maybe it must be my imagination that I can imagine certain things and put it like, for me, it's all like a puzzle. To try to understand things, I see it as a puzzle and try to find the pieces that will kind of like go together. Also, recently I found out that not everyone can imagine things so vividly. I have this very vivid imagination. I used to dream a lot in the past. I'm not dreaming as much lately, but I used to dream whole science fiction movies in my dreams, and I would remember them. And also, if someone tells me something and I'm very immersed into it, it's almost like if I live it, I can even see things, and I can even kind of taste things or smell things. And I found out the word for that is called hyperphantasia. Hyperphantasia, I think it is. And apparently not many people have that ability, which is interesting. I used to think that everyone can imagine anything, and apparently it's not very common. It's not super rare, but it's not really common. And that kind of helps me when I need to imagine things, or when creativity comes in. I can put the details into the painting that I want to show, that I want, the story that I want to tell in an image. It's much easier for me thanks to the hyperphantasia. And also that helps me to understand those abstract concepts that can be like emotions, right? I'll be talking about also manifestation. I'll be talking about grace, because grace is actually very abstract concept, or what means to be graceful, right? And usually the image that is being sold, or I think it's most popular, is when you think of a graceful person, it's like elegant and beautiful, like it's very visual, very like beautiful visually. But for me, graceful is more the concept of how you live your life with integrity and with good morals. And even though you might make mistakes, you have at least the courage to do what is right, or to at least fix it, and not be afraid of who you are, even with your own flaws. I think everyone have a journey. Everyone is at different levels in their lives, and they shouldn't be comparing to other people that already went through there, or even comparing to people that claim that they are up there when in fact they're wearing a mask and pretending that they are great people. Maybe they're trying to convince themselves. I don't know. I believe that energy doesn't lie. Energy has a purpose, and also purpose has energy. If you are the way you are, you will decide some things, and it will show in your own actions, in the way that people perceive you, and the way you look as well. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about a lot of these things, like in a conversation, like if I met you, as I said, in a coffee shop. And I just want to not to tell you how to do this or why it needs to be like that, because as everything, there's nuances, there's little things in the background that we don't know, and it might not apply to your case because of certain things. There's layers and layers of things. We don't live the same way, we don't think the same way, we don't feel the same way. There is your morals, ethics, your psychology, your environment, your family background, your culture, everything. It's gonna add a layer of, what's that word? Sorry, English is actually not my first language. Even though I might speak very well, I do have other languages in my head, and sometimes it comes up in either Spanish or Catalan, and it's just like, and sometimes it doesn't even come in any language. It's like I have the concept there, and it's like, how you call this? It gives you a layer of not authenticity. What is that? Oh my God. Well, every layer makes you, and some people will not have that layer. Will have, maybe they're the same background as you, but your perception might be very different from that person that was raised in the same background. And so we'll do another actions, and we'll move towards another path that it might eventually deviate like miles away from you, right? Or them, whichever point of view you want to look at it. So, for example, I always find interesting that I would say, oh, I don't feel like anyone could understand my position. And then you find people out there that's like, actually, they understand you. And then you find certain things that are like the common denominator, right? For example, I was born in the Philippines, but I was raised in Spain, right? And then I'm a person of color. I'm not as dark, but when I go in the summer, like in the beach, I really get tanned. Well, now I have a face that if I don't put cream, I get red. Because I'm what my mom was joking once. She said, you're a decaffeinated Filipino. Because I got much paler. But not only paler, my skin adapted to being in Ireland, which I've been living here for the longest part in my life. Like I live in 4 different places, countries. And this is the longest I lived in a country, let's say. It's Ireland, basically. So I become quite pale, and I get burned very easily. But anyway, so I would be like, oh, okay, so there's people that also were like me. They were born somewhere else. They grew up in another country, and then now they're living in another country, right? But that doesn't mean that we have the same way of thinking, right? Or the same way of feeling. Because, for example, my mom, she's Filipino. She tried her best, bless her. She tried her best to make me grow up with the same ethics and values, probably, as a firstborn Filipina, right? But then I would have my dad and his family who are Spanish, and they're very different, right? And then me being rebellious and also very artistic and liking certain things just shaped me to be very different to that person that also had the same experiences, let's say, but have different personality traits and different likes and stuff. So obviously we will decide different things, but there's certainly common denominators still. My experience, my knowledge might not apply to that person. Might. I mean, I would like to do that, to check an experiment about it. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that from now on, Creative Empress is going to be kind of like conversations talking about subjects that might look a little bit abstract, or subjects that are too vague to put it in one box, because that box might not really be helpful for everyone. So I'm trying to put my point of view on these subjects, helping you to see how I look at it. Maybe will give you another advantage from seeing from another point of view, and you can get like the middle point that will suit you best. So I'll be talking about, as I said, emotional self-care, empowerment, manifestation, grace, and creativity, and how creativity is not just like painting or writing. It is actually a force of nature that, unfortunately, in our modern days, it's almost designated to children, to children, only to children, but at the same time with bad connotations to children. So it's not taken seriously a part of like art. People can get very, let's say, people, when they see very good art or an art that really entices them, they would say, oh, this is amazing, this is great. But still, they will be like, oh, well, anyone can do this, or this is not easy to do, or, you know, AI will do it, or that's even worse. But they will not take in consideration that creativity is basically, how to say this? I had that thought earlier. Creativity is powerful, is very important for life, because it helps you navigate in life. Not only for art, but it's part of problem solving. For example, it's part understanding, shaping your world. It's not only applied for art. It actually is a tool to shape your own world. So yeah, this video is gonna this video is getting a bit much longer than I was expecting, but I didn't want to, you know, like make it too sterile by following a script. I'm nothing wrong with following scripts, but I'm not very good on trying to memorize every single word and telling you as it's coming like natural for me. I'm not that type. I'm also not the type that likes to be in front of the camera. I'm more like the one behind the camera. So for me, this is gonna be interesting. You might see along the journey how I get more confident in front of the camera. And yeah, so this is my video to say, hey, I'm back. I haven't left this, and I hope to see you here and helping you all see the world, giving you my point of view of things, and sharing my experience and knowledge. And yeah, we'll see how it takes shapes. At the moment, this is the very beginning, so bear with me. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be messy. I might be at a loss of words like earlier, trying to find the exact one. So yeah, I just wanted to make a video to say hello and thank you for watching this video. If you are a follower, which I don't have many at this stage, thank you very much for still staying with me, and I'll see you very soon. I'm going to be posting 2 videos per week. I'm going to be aiming and not to be longer than between 10 and 15 minutes. So it's kind of digestible, because I find that very, very long videos, especially for me, that I kind of like suspect I might have ADHD, which been a bit much stronger lately because I'm a bit overwhelmed with a lot of things going on in my life. A part at fault, because I really want to do a lot of things. I'm trying to structure my life as I'm turning a new chapter in my life, and so I'm trying to put different things, putting a little bit of not order but balance, let's say. So yeah, I be putting 2 videos per week. I'm not sure which days, but most probably it's going to be Tuesdays and Fridays. If you've been watching so far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And if you like this video, just click the thumbs up. And yeah, I'll see you very soon in next video. So anyway, I better go now. Thank you very much for watching, and having the patience to watch throughout the video. And then yes, I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.